Hey guys, it's Chris. It's finally here. I know I'm a day late, but I wanted to make sure I played around with the operating system and did some reading first. This is iOS 8, and I decided, sorry about that, I decided not to upload all of my pre existing material because some things changed, and I thought it was a little shady to upload stuff from the beta. Sorry about the shakiness. I am holding my iPad, which is also running iOS 8. But as you can hear,
Doc, messages. Double tap to open.
it's running Alex. That's right. Alex is now here. Now, a couple of new things. So you have
Health. Double tap to open.
the health application.
Pages. iBooks. Double tap to open.
iBooks came on my phone.
Page 202. Test flight. Tips. Double
And
tap
the
to open.
tips application. Now, the tips application is really neat because it actually gives you tips on how to use iOS 7's new features, which is very new to iOS. So let's go ahead and run through some of these. I think I may actually have already done
Tips.
it, so
See
it may
when the
not
message
let
was
me.
sent. Heading. See when the message W. Would to see what time messages were S.
Whoa, hold on.
Video. Double tap to see when the message was sent. Heading. Messages. Image. To see what time messages were sent, drag the bubble to the left.
So essentially, you just double tap and hold the message and drag it to the left.
Tip 8 of 9. Share with your family. Like button. Buy an app once, and the rest of your family can use it too. With family sharing, all family members can share purchases, even if they have their own accounts. Set it up in settings greater than iCloud.
Yeah, so there's an example of family sharing.
Tip 9 of 9. Take selfies on a timer. Use the shutter timer to include yourself in your photos. Frame your shot. Tap the timer button and the number of seconds, then tap the shutter button and jump into the shot.
So that's just kind of an example of the tips
Home.
application. Now, I haven't gone too much into iOS, but just some of the new features that are notable. Siri now recognizes music, so if you're in a cafe or a store or something and you hear a song you like, you really don't have to say anything. All you have to do is tell Siri to start listening, and she'll recognize the song. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and test that out here. Alright, guys, so I kind of have a more obscure song queued up in my computer here, something that I would listen to. Hold on, I need to put the iPad down for a second. But not something that everyone would listen to. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Alright, now let's see if Siri recognizes it. Alright, let's see.
Find my meeting notes. Search Twitter for give me directions or find my find the gas. Some things you can ask me.
Oh, I couldn't get that to work. That's interesting. Usually it's just supposed to work. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, yeah, as you can hear, I'm uploading stuff to YouTube. Um, Now, that was kind of a flop, but I'm not going to edit that out. Anyway, here is an example of third-party keyboards in Flexi. This I am super excited about. So, I have Flexi installed, as you can see right there, and I'm going to show you how to enable Flexi. So once you have it installed, you go to Settings.
Settings. Double tap to open. Settings.
Let me zoom out a little bit. And scroll down to General.
Do not disturb. General button.
Go to Keyboards.
Background app brief auto lock restriction. Date and tap keyboard button. Keyboards. General. Keyboards. 3 button.
And as you can see, I have 3 keyboards.
English button. English button. Emoji. Flexi. Flexi. English button. When using one of these keyboards, the keyboard can access all the data you type. About third-party keyboards and privacy. Ellipsis. Footer. Edit button. Edit button. English button. Flex. When using one of the add new keyboard. Ellipsis.
And
Button.
at the bottom there
Swipe
is
upward
Add
to
New
select custom action,
Keyboard.
then double tap to activate.
And once you add the keyboard, it once you type add key, once you double tap on add keyboard, it sends you to a list of all available keyboards, and you'll see a third-party keyboards heading, and your keyboard will show up. Now you tap on that keyboard, and it'll add it to your list, but you have to tap on it again to enable it. There's a switch button in there that you need to double tap on. So I'm going to actually take you into the new Flexi application.
Flexi. Double tap to open. Flexi. Text field is editing.
And here we are in the new Flexi application. My Flexi keyboard is actually not enabled at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to switch keyboards. So this is how you do it accessibly with VoiceOver. So you find the next keyboard button, and when you find it, on the bottom left-hand corner between the dictate and the numbers button, you double tap and hold, and you slowly move your finger up.
Next keyboard, emoji. Next keyboard, emoji.
Double tap and hold.
Recents.
Oops.
Next keyboard, Flexi. Double tap and hold, then drag selected. Shift off white button.
There it is. And you want to make sure you have the spacebar on right now anyway, because there's actually no accessible way to switch back. Now, I have the blue keyboard enabled because the contrast on this keyboard is amazing. But there are a bunch of keyboards up here, but I'm going to run you through the Flexi application as a whole. So on the top, you have
Capital S. W. Sun, blood red, purple haze. Menu tab button.
the menu,
Selected. Appearance tab button.
the appearance,
My Flexi tab button.
the Flexi tab,
Settings tab button.
and settings. Now let me go into settings real quick.
Settings tab.
One important thing for VoiceOver users you want to make sure
Voice feedback. Switch button on.
is that you have voice feedback on. You must have voice feedback on to use Flexi right now, because there's a bug in third-party keyboards with direct touch. So what you actually have to do is you have to turn VoiceOver off, type what you're going to type, and turn VoiceOver back on. Now, if you don't want to use Flexi and you still want to be able to type really quickly and efficiently, I can show you an alternate way of doing this.
Menu tab button. Selected. Menu tab.
Here we are in the menu tab.
How to heading. Tutorial.
You have a tutorial.
Contact heading. Support and feedback. About Flexi. Tell a friend. Restore purchases.
And the Restore Purchases button, which, strangely enough, doesn't work for me right now. Leave a comment if it does actually work for you.
Appearance tab button. SW text field. Double tap to edit.
Here we are in the Appearance tab, so you can change the size of the keyboard, which I thought was really cool. You can change the theme. It comes with 6 themes, and you can purchase 6 more for 99 cents. So I'm going to start at the top.
Large button.
So
SWFL keyboard size _ large. Text field.
I have my keyboard set on large.
Large button. Spacebar button.
The spacebar I have on because of the reason I mentioned earlier.
Original button.
You could set it to original size.
Minimal button.
You could set the size to minimal. Here's the original.
SWFL keyboard size _ original. Show or hide keyboard. SW text sun kiss. Minimal button.
And here's minimal.
SW spacebar _ off. Text field. Large button.
I'm going to reset it to large.
Keyboard size _ large. Text. Spacebar button. Minimal button. SW spacebar _ off. Text field.
I got to turn the spacebar back on.
Spacebar button. SW spacebar.
There we go.
Text field.
Okay, that was a little weird. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through all of the themes.
SW jet black.
So
SW valid _
here's Jet Black.
0. Show or hide keyboard button. New light. New light. Deep blue.
Here's Deep Blue.
SW valid _ theme _ change deep blue 0. Number FF08404C. Number FF091448. Text field.
That's weird. I don't know why it does that.
New light.
Here's New Light.
SW
Let me go ahead and focus in on that.
Number FF0F0F0. Key line.
Key Lime.
SW valid _ theme _ change 5C green 1. Coral.
Coral.
SW valid _ theme _ change 5C pink 1. Number F sunflower.
Sunflower.
SW valid _ theme _ change 5C yellow 1. Number
That's funny. If you listen to that code gibberish, it's actually matching these to the 5C colors.
Key line. SW valid _ theme _ change 5C green 1. Sunflower. Liquid sky.
Here's Liquid Sky. This is an interesting one.
Valid underscore theme underscore change liquid sky 1 number FFA SW sub happy blue.
Here's Happy Blue.
SW valid underscore theme underscore change 5C blue 1 gold.
Here's Gold.
SW valid underscore theme underscore change 5 gold 1 number FFP.
It says change 5S gold.
Text field.
And that actually matches with the gold on this phone. That's kind of cool.
Purple haze. SW valid underscore theme underscore change purple haze 0.
There's Purple Haze.
Blood red. SW valid underscore theme underscore change red 0.
There's Blood Red.
SW valid underscore theme underscore change orange clash 1 number.
And there's Orange Kiss.
Deep blue.
So I'm going to change it back to Deep Blue. And I'm going to give you an example of how that's used in just a moment. Alright guys, here we are in Pages. And as you can see, I have the Flexi keyboard enabled. Now I'm going to show you two different ways of typing. And the first is, of course, with Flexi. So what you need to do is turn VoiceOver off first.
VoiceOver off.
Now, here you are in Flexi, and you want to kind of feel out where the bottom row is before you turn VoiceOver off, because there are some buttons down there that you don't want to be pressing unless you absolutely want to. So, if you're not planning on disabling the Flexi keyboard for anything, then you can leave this, but as far as precise typing and whatnot, you can't really do that accessibly right now. So, I'm going to start typing.
This. Us. Is. A. Deleted up.
And just now, I accidentally typed a spacebar. You can actually use the spacebar.
Example. Of. Typing. With. Third. Party. Keyboards.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that.
Deleted this.
Now, I'm going to show you how to switch back. And what you do is you find... Let me turn VoiceOver back on.
VoiceOver on. Pages. Text feed 123 globe white. Button.
You find that button right there, and you double tap and hold and slide up. Just like that. Now, here we are back in the default keyboard. So, I'm going to show you a new form of typing called direct touch typing. And it's basically like using Flexi, only you're not using any gestures. So, essentially, you just type normally.
Capital H, U, thus, space, L, L, space, H, capital T.
You have to be a little more precise, though.
Capital H, I, S, space, I, D is space, A, N, space, R, space, A.
Oops.
A, space, R, E, A, easy, A, X, A, M, O, X, O, E, echo, E, N, X, E, space, N, A, N, space, R, C, A, M, exam, O, example. Bottom of document, O, F, space, T, Y, top, yuck, I, type hole, N, G, space, G, N, I, P, Y, T.
Anyway, you get the point. So, that's a little more difficult, but it is doable. And one thing I suggest is trying it out for a little while, because you really get used to typing on that keyboard. Let me move my camera shutter here. And one thing that it's helped me with is being a bit more precise using Flexi, because I don't have to swipe nearly as much. And the keyboards are the same size pretty much, so you know to avoid that bottom row already. But that's just kind of a brief overview of iOS 8. I'll run through some of the other accessibility features in a later video. Thanks guys. Bye.